position?
That is.
That'd be great. So if you could close your eyes and picture yourself on your favorite beach. It could be an island paradise. It could be here in Santa Barbara. You have palm trees. You have ocean sea breeze. You have some seagulls down there, but we're not going to pay attention to them. Those are annoying. And you're just loving this day. You're done with classes, you're done with tests and papers, you finished everything, and you are celebrating all of your hard-earned work. And you think to yourself, wow, this would be a really cool opportunity to practice some Pilates. So you get off of your lounge chair, and you grab your beach towel, you spread it out on the sand, and you do your favorite Pilates move in the sand. You breathe in the warm sunshine. You can kind of taste the ocean a little bit, not in a gross way, but in an awesome way. You feel that relaxation. Imagine yourself stretching and just smelling in paradise. It's the most wonderful day ever. And you want to soak in every minute of it. Just relax. Maybe switch to a different Pilates move in your mind. Picture yourself just stretching it out. There's some families kind of walking by and they're like, hey, they're really cool. They must be really into fitness and into relaxation and super healthy. I want to be like that. So that family walks on over and they come and sit with you. And you're like, hey, I'm going to teach you some Pilates because I've been taking Pilates and I'm super confident now. So you start making friends with that family. And now it's a bunch of people doing Pilates on the beach. And you're like, hey, this is really cool. And you're relaxed, but you're still very aware of your body. Inhaling and exhaling, filling your lungs with oxygen and nutrients, and exhaling all the toxins, all the yucky stuff. Picture yourself breathing and enjoying life, still doing Pilates on the beach. How does it feel? Think of some words in your mind of how this experience feels to you. What kind of place are you at mentally, emotionally, spiritually? You feel yourself starting to become more and more energized. Not in a hyper kind of way, but in an awareness, a personal awareness. And you feel good, you feel strengthened, and you're ready to kind of wake up and start your day. So as you kind of think of that energy, we're going to come back to reality for a little bit. Sorry about that, but we're going to open our eyes and stay seated. And Alexis is going to go over some rules and objectives for today before we start continuing in Pilates.
Good job, Alexis. That's really relaxed. Also lying down. That was great. So to review the rules for this class, there are no shoes in the dance room, which we all have down, and there's also no food or water. Food or drink besides water, I'm sorry. The third rule is to listen to your body. Again, we want you to challenge yourself, but if something doesn't feel right, if something's a little off, just please rest and ask one of the teachers for modification. Just do as much as you can. The fourth rule is when you hear the sound of the gong, our favorite, go ahead and stop what you're doing and direct your attention to the instructors, and we will begin a new set of teaching. The objectives for today are to review foundational Pilates moves and to master them. We're going to be doing a lot lot of review today. You guys will have a lot of practice. We also are going to introduce a couple foundational moves that we haven't yet covered. There are 34 mat moves that Joseph Pilates created. And one particular one that we're going to do today really focuses on breathing through the movement to help you and core strength. The third objective is to master breathing technique, and we also want to continue to gain flexibility in the movements. We also want to promote an encouraging and fun learning environment for you guys. It seems like you've been having a little bit of fun, excuse me, especially last class. And we also want to engage in full class participation with or without modifications. Feel free to take a break, but we want you guys to challenge yourselves and enjoy being able to move. Megan will begin us with some breathing today.
All right, class, so let's stand up. Raise your upper bottom forward. All right, so you face to the right of the classroom, so you can see Kasey. Now we're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart, back straight, shoulders down, core engaged. And take your hands and put them over the lower part of your rib cage like we've done before. And think about your fingers being glued to those ribs so that you can really feel your lungs expand when your rib cage moves. Now take a deep inhale through the nose and expand the rib cage as we try to separate those fingers. Again, imagine that they're glued to those ribs, and as your rib cage expands, your fingers are opening with the ribs. You want to fill your entire abdominal cavity with air. Now exhale out your mouth. You want to breathe all the way to the point where you can't breathe out anymore. So squeeze the last bit of air like you squeeze the last drop of juice out of a lemon. And you can feel your fingers come back together as you're exhaling out. So inhale again through your nose and fill up your lungs with air. You want to push all the air to the back of your lungs. And exhale again, release every drop of stale air. Inhale, think about your body, think about engaging your core. Think about your posture, keeping your shoulders down and your back straight. And keep your knees soft so that you're not locking them or overextending them. Inhale and exhale at your own pace. Remembering to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Remember to engage your core in this. Really feel your ribs expand and then contract. You don't want to rush through this. You really want to focus on getting all the clean air in and all the bad air out. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to go into a roll down. So remain standing with your feet shoulder width apart. Arms at your sides. Now inhale. Exhale and tuck your chin to your chest and slowly roll down inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae. Imagine you're unzipping a zipper, notch by notch, one notch at a time, all the way down. Let your head hang heavy, let all the tension leave your neck, and feel your heels pressing into the ground as you roll down. Hold this position at the bottom or wherever you can reach to. It's okay if you can't go to the bottom. And just feel your body go limp like a ragdoll. Really feel the deep stretch in your hamstrings and your calves. Remember to keep your knees soft. We don't want you locking out your knees. Inhale at the bottom and exhale and roll up. Same way you roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Zip that zipper back up, one notch at a time. Remember to keep your core tight and use your hamstrings and abdominals, glutes, all that core stuff up. Now let's inhale, exhale, roll down again, vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way down. Feel the tension leave your body. Remember to breathe through it. Keep your knees soft. Really feel the stretch in your legs. And roll back up, exhaling. Notch by notch, vertebrae by vertebrae. Feel the zipper coming back together. Let's do a couple more at your own pace. Really practicing the fluidity of the movement and also the slow control of the roll. Not just slumping over. Really controlling the movement down to the ground and feeling the stretch. Maybe going a little bit lower each time as you're loosening up. Breathing through it. Maybe do one more. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling the stretch. As everyone comes back down to the bottom position, we're going to transition from here. So we're rolling down to the bottom. We're going to come to a sitting position, so you bend your knees and bring yourself down. We're going to practice rolling up the ball again. So Emilie and Kasey are going to demonstrate it first, just to make sure we remember how to do it, and then you guys do it. So we want to remember, we're going to float up. You have your arms around your knees or your high shins. You want to keep your elbows bent and out in the wings. You're going to curve your back like a C. So you want to make this hollow ball. See how she's kind of a funky sphere shape, right? So she's going to roll back, and when she gets to her shoulder blades, she's going to roll up. You don't want to roll onto our necks, because that could really strain ourselves and that could hurt. That's bad. So she's going to use her abdominals to really control the movement. And when she comes back up, see how she's still floating. She's not going to just fly up and flump down or bump back onto the ground. So it's a very controlled movement. So if you guys can try it, you can scoot to the front of your mat so that you're not rolling onto the ground and hurting your back. So remember to really glue your calves to your thighs, keeping that ball shape, and make your back a C curve. Suck in your belly button as you're looking down and forming that shape with your back. And as you roll back, and roll back. As you feel it come to your shoulder blades, that's when you want to come up and come back to floating. See? So everyone can try that for a little bit. Just really feel it. And if it hurts your back, you can stay at this floating position and really focus on making yourself a ball shape. Or even if you make your ball shape a little bit bigger, it's easier. Or if you have a hard time coming back up to the floating position, you can use kind of a kick. Use a little bit of momentum to get yourself up. But have fun with it. Picture yourself as a little kid just rolling back and forth. Your back is that circular part of the seesaw on the playground. And it's just going back and forth, back and forth. Picture the ground as a massage on your back. Just kind of getting some of the knots out, having fun with it. But make sure to keep that core control. As you're having fun with it, make sure it's still engaging your abdominals. And you come up to that floating position. It's keeping count. Let's see. How many can you do?
Stop touching the ground. 11. I'm beating you, Cody.
I'll come with you.
That's 16.
I did like 100 this morning.
Wow.
lessons ago. So go ahead and lay down on your mat with your knees bent at a 45-degree angle like Alexis, and your arms down by your side. All right. So really try to have that neutral spine, that space in between the lower part of your spine. You can go ahead and feel, make sure it's there. All right. So go ahead and engage your core and lift your hips towards the ceiling slowly, vertebra by vertebra, off the mat, going up into that bridge position. Contract your glutes and your hamstrings for stability. And when you get to the top, go ahead and roll back down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. If you push your palms into the ground too, it'll help give you more stability so you're not off balance. Go ahead and roll back up, vertebra by vertebra. Really use that exhale when you engage your core to come up or to go down. So go ahead and exhale and go back down, focusing on controlled movements, contracting all those muscles, your glutes, your hamstrings, your core. Good. Press those heels into the ground as firm as you can. Go ahead and push yourself back up. Slowly. Really using those breaths. Go ahead and roll back down. Good. Go ahead and do this a few more times at your own pace, really using that breath as you contract your muscles. You really want to try to take each vertebra by vertebra as their own piece. Once you come up on one of the times at your own pace, you can look in the mirror. You really want to have this straight line from your head to your knees. Good. Again, pushing your palms into the ground will help with stability, as well as pushing those heels in, contracting those muscles. Good. Go ahead and do this a couple more times. Alright. So from here we're gonna come back down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, engaging those muscles. We're gonna do a new move, a foundational move called toe taps. So we're gonna keep that neutral spine, that space between our lower back and the mat by pulling in your core muscles, engaging them, placing those palms down by your side on the ground. So you're gonna inhale and bring your right leg up to tabletop. And exhale, bring your left leg up. We really want that 90-degree angle with your hamstrings and your torso, as well as with your knees. So see how Alexis, her femurs are right over her hips and her knees are at this 90-degree angle. You want to keep that 90-degree angle at your knee the entire time. And so now you should be able to inhale and exhale. And with that right toe, go ahead and touch the floor. trying to keep your knee bent. So it's all in your hips. And now your left leg. So see how when Alexis brings hers out, she still has this 90-degree angle at her knee. If you can't do your toes, go ahead and do your heels. You might be pulling too much to do your toes. Good. Really use that inhale to go up and down. Inhaling and exhaling, tapping those toes. If you want to, you can put your hands on your pelvis to make sure your hips are really stable, because you want all the work to be done with your hips being stable. We don't want them shifting back and forth. And inhaling and exhaling, really tapping those toes. You can push yourself a little bit harder and try to reach your toes farther if you want. Good. Do a couple more. One more on each leg. And then once you're done with those, go ahead and hug your knees to your chest. Good job, guys.
Alright guys, we're now going to review the teaser breath. So go ahead and sit up and extend your arms out in front of you, palms facing each other. And use your abdominals to stabilize yourself as you bring your legs up into tabletop, balancing on your sits bones. Just like Emilie here, her legs are nice and squeezed. Have a 45-degree angle between your torso and your upper thighs. Again, like last time, it's easier if your knees are closer to your chest. So contract your abdominals, pull that belly button towards your spine, and inhale as you tuck your chin to your chest and slowly roll down onto the mat. Your arms should end directly above your head, not on the ground, but just straight up in the air. Keeping those legs in tabletop, using the mirror if you need to. You all actually look great, so good job. Now inhale at the bottom and exhale as you slowly roll back up to that balanced position. Try and keep your back straight and flat. Imagining a string just pulling your spine, lengthening it up as you're growing taller as you're sitting. Go ahead and inhale, exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and roll down. Those arms floating just directly above your head, pointing to the ceiling. Inhale at the bottom and exhale to roll back up, really using your breath to pull yourself back up to that sitting balanced position. If that's like really easy for you, you can extend your legs into a V position and try that. It's just like breath is doing beautifully. And if it's not, if you can't, that's totally fine. Keep your legs in tabletop. Then go ahead and do a couple more at your own pace. Just feeling the rhythm and the flow of your breath to help you really using those abdominals. If you need a break, try and hold it up at the top, or you can use your knees to your chest at the bottom. You guys are doing really well. Try and challenge yourself. Go ahead and do one more. So roll down, push back up. Holding at the top in that tabletop position. Good. All right, now go ahead and roll down. Go to a full body stretch.
Oh, I have
Good job, guys.
Thank you. You're doing really well. That was great. It's a great form.
Yes.
arms above your head, lengthen. The tips of your fingers reach into the wall behind you. The tips of your toes being pulled to the wall in front of you. Lengthening, stretching out those abdominals. You did great work. Remembering to breathe throughout. Inhale and exhale. All right, now we're going to introduce the 100, which is another one of those 34 staple mat exercises that Joseph Pilates created. Breathing is really important in this exercise. It's going to help you do the movement, and it's also all about core strength. So go ahead and float your arms down by your sides, almost facing down. Bring your legs back into tabletop position. We're going to master this today. And roll your pelvis posteriorly so you're contracting your abdominals. So to warm up, we're going to practice the chest lift that Emilie taught us a couple days ago. Nate's already doing it. So go ahead and inhale, exhale, head, neck, and chest come up, just like Megan over here. Arms floating above the mat, legs in tabletop. Good. Exhale, roll down. Good. Feeling that contraction of the abs. So now we'll go into the 100. What we're going to do is you're going to lift your head, neck, and chest. And you're going to inhale for 5 counts and exhale for 5 counts as you pump your arms up and down, just like Megan's doing, just like Emilie's doing. So we can do it on my count. Do you want to take a little break? And then we'll start for real.
Pretty gnarly.
All right, bring those legs to tabletop. Inhale, head, neck, and chest come up. I'm going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, use those abdominals. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. That was the first 50.
First what?
First 50. We're doing 100. That was great. You guys did really well. Remember, if it hurts your neck, you can bring your neck down to rest it, but really try and challenge yourself and use your abdominals to pull yourself up. All right, let's do the last 50. So legs in tabletop position, contract those abdominals, lift your head, neck, and chest. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and hug your knees to your chest. Great job, you guys. That was really impressive.
Thanks.
Just rest here. Close your eyes if you need to. Give those abdominals a break. Now go ahead and roll over onto your stomach and press your hands into the ground by your rib cage. We're going to press ourselves up into what we call a cobra position. You can, yeah, go ahead and flip around and face this way so you can see. That's my fault. All right, hands by your rib cage and press yourself up into a cobra position. Just as far up as you can go. We don't want you to hurt your back or anything. Feeling that stretch in those abdominals from your back extensors. Arching up and back. Does that feel good or is that uncomfortable?
I'm gonna strike you for your date.
You can come down if you need it hurts.